head up to the starting line and I'm going to count you in. 3, 2, 1, go.
Welcome to Translogic. I'm Jonathon Buckley. We're here today at Palm Beach International Raceway because Lexus have invited us to drive this. Their all-new, very exciting RC F. But there's a twist. Instead of just telling you how I'm feeling as we drive around the track, we'd like to show you exactly what's going on physiologically through a collection of biometrics data. Now, to do that, we've brought along biometrics and physiology experts to strap me to machines, show you whether or not the RC F really gets my blood pumping. When most of us think of a thrill or excitement, we think of our blood pumping or our heart pounding, but how do we make sense of this, or how do we measure it in a way that we can see? That's why I'm here with Mark Peltier. Basically, you've managed to do just that, haven't you?
Yeah, actually, Hexoskin is, we build a shirt packed with sensors that allows you to monitor your metrics in your own environment, so we call it our portable lab. And it's comfortable, you wear it, you don't feel it. It's easier for everyone to get the real data.
So what kind of parameters are we actually measuring with the vest?
Okay, we're measuring the heart rate, also the respiration rate.
What kind of readouts do you anticipate that we will see?
On a racetrack, driving a car that goes fast, we will monitor heart rate that will be higher than normal. Also, we will probably be able to see if you stop breathing.
Okay. Which could happen on a couple of these corners.
Yeah. Holding your breath before just going into the corner. So those are things that will be really fun to see.
Okay, so I'm all wired up here to find out what's going on inside my body, but it's time to find out what's happening between my ears, and that's why I'm here with Dr. Tan Lee from Emotiv. You have a system that's available to the public that can read my brain?
Yes, that's right. So this here is the Emotiv Epoch. It's an electroencephalogram, or EEG for short.
I was going to say, bit of a mouthful, that one.
It is a mouthful. So this system here has 14 channels, so we're picking up electrical fluctuations in real time.
Yep, okay. What sort of things can you pluck from my brain? I mean, are you going to get my PIN number? Is that what's happening?
Oh, no. I'd like to be able to do it at some point. No, in fact, we can only measure things like your emotional levels. Like, for example, how focused are you? Are you paying attention? Are you feeling distracted? Do you feel relaxed? And then we can also look at functional brain areas. So what part of your brain are you using right now? Are you using the executive functions of your brain? Are you using the frontal lobes? Or are you using this back part of your brain to process visual cues? We can actually image that in real time.
Well, as you can probably tell, I'm dying to get out there in the RCF. It's been sitting over there staring at me all afternoon. When do I get to go and try it?
Well, you have to wait just a little longer. We need to get a baseline state of your brain. So what does your brain look like when you're just driving an average everyday car, so that we can then compare it to what it's like in the RCF.
You got something in mind?
I think so. We'll see if you like it.
All right. Well, here we are, putting around a racetrack in a 2002 Chevy Cavalier, which is the car that we've been put in to get our baseline readings. And that's basically to find out what my heart rate is doing, what my breath is doing, and how my brain is acting as well. I was a little bit concerned when they said they were going to try and read my brain activity. My first thought was, you know, what if it came out and there was no activity? So the 2002 Chevy Cavalier, not known for its performance, and time has not treated this car well, let me tell you. We've got a tint on the window with a slight bubbling effect, which I find very attractive. And for a car that's not notoriously heavy, there's an extraordinary amount of body roll going on here. Here's, we've got a little bit of smoke coming out of the Cavalier. So I'm excited to find out the difference between driving this car versus the RCF. Obviously, it's going to be a major difference, but I'd like to see how that translates into the data that we're getting from my brain and my body as well. Located in the swampland of southeast Florida, Palm Beach International Raceway is a 2-mile circuit with 11 turns and a 6/10 mile straightaway, with plenty of room to reach top speed. The width ranges from 40 to 60 feet wide, with a 6-degree bank in the corners. It it was finally time to get wired up for a drive in the RC F. All right, well, pretty sure they're probably reading some of this right now because I'm already pretty excited.
Okay, Jonathan, our devices are calibrated. Head up to the starting line, and I'm going to count you in. 3, 2, 1, go. Off he goes. Look at that beautiful explosion in his brain.
Wow, this thing wants to go. Oh, main straight, 5th, 6th.
Same thing's happening here with the heart.
He's so excited. You can see that elevated level of excitement going off the charts.
Just coming up on a hairpin now, so I don't know if this is... Hold on. Squirrely there. Hold on. Yep, I got it.
Jonathan, looks like you're having a much better time in this car than the previous car. We're seeing elevated levels of excitement compared to your baseline.
It's definitely an upgrade from the Cavalier, I've got to say that much.
I can see a lot of spatial coordination, lots of executive function in the frontal parts of your brain.
The track's nice through the corners. It's starting to push a little bit in the front end, but it's a little bit loose in the back end, but that's nice. That's really, really nice.
You're getting some spikes of excitement. The heart rate is going up and down and up and down, 146 beats per minute.
I'm not going to have a cardiac arrest, am I?
You can see his brain is always so active. That cognitive processing is going on in the frontal regions, in the parietal lobe, and then now look, as he's going through the straight, it's going into a state of flow. Jonathan, you're in your flow state right now.
What does that mean?
The brain is relaxed, you're engaged, highly focused, but the brain is actually in this alert flow state. It's beautiful. Oh, what are you doing? Both hemispheres thinking at the same time. Can you see that?
Yeah.
Oh.
All right, getting excited now. Obviously, the RC F is a much more powerful beast than its little brother, which is sporting a 6-cylinder. This has got a 5-litre V8, 467 horsepower, 389 pound-feet of torque on a track like Palm Beach Raceway at night time. Man, this thing is a hoot. There's a whole other set of issues that you have when you're racing on a track at night, such as visibility. But these lights are doing a good job. You have these little dark patches where you're like, oh, what's going on here? But it just kind of adds to the excitement. And this car, what an absolute beast. It's a little bit on the heavy side. 3,800 pounds and then some. And then as you're going through the corner, you can really feel this torque vectoring going on in the back. The differential, it transfers power to the outside wheel, the one that's got the most traction, so that you get more power to the outside wheel, and it pushes you through the corner even faster, and the system really works. It's got an 8-speed gearbox. It's the only option that you'll get in this car, and of course, you've got your 3 modes. You've got Eco, you've got Sport, you've got Sports Plus. Obviously, we kept it in Sport Plus because we were trying to do a flying lap and we wanted to see what this car had to offer. And then, of course, you can take it beyond that and put it in Extreme mode, which will allow you to get sideways if you want to do that. Or you could just switch it all off altogether. Oh. Wow. Well, that was intense and awesome all at the same time. Can't wait to see what the data says. Well, I've got to say, these are my type of experiments. I really enjoyed that. But I'm really curious now to find out, what does this tell us? What did we learn?
There was a lot of real-time data that we collected on your brain, on your heart rate, respiratory rate. It was a lot of interesting metrics.
Okay, what about my respiratory system? Because I know we were measuring that as well.
Your max heart rate was 156.
Where would you normally see that? Like, say, on a treadmill?
Yeah, kind of, you know, sports with high activity level.
Okay, so there were some noticeable spikes in in heart rate.
There was one moment that was really funny where you thought you were going to go straight and then you're like, oh no, there's another turn. And so it was kind of like crunching. It was really, really funny just to watch that. Like, oh, hang on a minute.
Well, Mark Tan, thank you so much for your insights today. We're proving what we already knew, that the RCF was going to be exciting to drive around on the track. But with these extra data points, we can really sort of understand how these exciting feelings affect us physiologically. For Translogic, I'm Jonathon Buckley. We'll catch you next time.